Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys Secret Base figure preview video. Before we get started, I want to say a massive thank you to Ryan Kirkwood for going out in person to snap these gorgeous high-res pictures. Show Ryan some love in the comments below because without him, this series literally would not be possible. Now, if you're looking to pre-order your very own copy of X-23, I've popped a link to Pop Collectibles in the description. As always, do your own research, make sure you're comfortable before buying. Oh, and I've also included the discount code Justin's Collection in the description for 5% off your order if you decide to buy from them. While you're down there, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button, so you're notified as soon as a brand new figure preview video on a Deadpool and Wolverine release goes live on the channel. I was so freaking excited when Hot Toys shared that teaser image of the four Resistance members, the four remaining Resistance members, R.I.P. Johnny, from Deadpool and Wolverine. We had a teaser for Blade, Gambit, X-23, and Elektra. I'm all in on all of them immediately. But I think going with Laura first was the right call. It sets the tone for the rest of the line, and a lot of us have been wanting X-23 ever since she appeared in Logan. I mean, she's a lot older in Deadpool and Wolverine, but this still scratches that itch for me. If they gave us a younger one from Logan, would I pick her up? Absolutely. She kicked ass in that film. Asmus gave us a couple of versions, but they weren't fantastic. I love you, Asmus, but they were also unlicensed. We don't want that. We want a licensed version of Laura from Logan as well as this. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. She comes with her gas station sunglasses. I love that. The moment she popped them on in Deadpool and Wolverine, I wasn't expecting that. A throwback to Logan. But they did it, and they did it so well. It was classy, it was a little thing, but I'm glad she kept those sunglasses all those years in the void. You get two sets of clawed hands, closed fists, and fingers splayed out. But the claws look like they're made of plastic, unfortunately. They've got that dead giveaway, heavily speckled metallic flake look about them. If anyone from Hot Toys is watching, please go back to die-cast claws for Wolverine figures. We do not want plastic. Having that real tactile feel of the metal claws adds to the cool factor. It's a small detail. It's probably not that expensive to do, to mill or cut or mold some pieces of die-cast, but it is so worth doing. Now, those little bits are switch-out toe caps. You'll see why they're included in just a second. We also get a switch-out hairpiece. The sculpt work here is incredible. The little strands of hair, the flow to it, the licks, the curls of hair hanging down the bottom. It'll be made out of PVC. It's broken. One of the strands is snapped off for the prototype. You can see it right there, bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Just ignore it. Don't worry about it. For the final production version, PVC hair, nice and durable. We get the pony tied to her backpack. I didn't even see that in the movie. I've seen this film, I think, 5 times now. In the cinema and then once at home, so 6 in total. And yet I still didn't see that detail on the backpack. That's why I love my 1/6 scale figures. Because pausing the movie to dissect costumes and props and whatnot, it takes you out of the flow of the film. I never do it. But in 1/6 scale, I get to admire all of the little details. Speaking of little details, Juggernaut's helmet, chock full of them. It's cracked, exposing some rebar underneath. It would need to be reinforced with rebar underneath the concrete, otherwise it would crack as soon as Juggernaut slammed through a wall. I wouldn't mind if you also just gave us a Juggernaut at some point, Hot Toys, please. You see that orange glow around the sculpted flames? They're just translucent plastic with some shading on them. They are not illuminated. But it looks like they're casting a glow on the ground, yeah? That's paint. They've cleverly used some orange shading to sell that effect without actually having to do a light up. I want more of this going forward with your diorama bases. The overall footprint, the shape and size of it, the sculpt is reused from Mark 85 Battle Damaged. then Darth Vader from Kenobi, and I think some other figures have come with that base as well. But anyway, it is reuse. Enough about the base, let's discuss X-23. So the switch out toe caps, they're so that you can display her with her foot claws out. They're made of plastic, just like the hand ones. You're going to want to be careful with these. Depending on how you pose her, they're angled down ever so slightly. They will make contact, you can see it right there, with the base. Just don't put too much pressure on them, otherwise they're going to snap clean off. Split cut boot design. This was the perfect design of a boot to use a split cut design with, because we've got straps and buckles. It looks seamless unless you get really up close, then you can make out the gaps in between those straps being slightly bigger for the bottom one where they've hidden the seam. Her jeans are weathered, but they've got that distressed denim look about them, as though they've been washed way too many times and the color has completely faded. This belt buckle looks familiar. Is it Wolverine's, maybe? If you know, let me know down in the comments, because I've seen Logan, of course I have, but it's been ages. I don't quite remember all of the little details, such as what his belt buckle looked like. Her vest, straight fabric with that denim weave texture to it, some faux buttons stitched in. Her shirt is also full fabric, with the accurate printing up front. It's not an Avengers Mark 7 suit-up Tony Stark situation where they didn't print the accurate licensed artwork on the t-shirt. This, I'm both on board with and worried about. They've been using medical silicone on a lot of figures recently. I've not stress tested that material because, to be quite honest, I'm scared to do it. I don't want to ruin any of my figures with medical silicone seamless arms on them. Perhaps someone can conduct a test and leave these silicone arms bent for a long period of time. Then we'll know for sure if medical silicone is durable or not. As it stands, I wouldn't leave these in a permanent elbow bend just for fear of creasing or cracking or damage or delamination with the skin texture and skin tone on the surface. You all know me though, I always am down to sacrifice a little bit of articulation and durability for something that looks more realistic, always go seamless wherever possible. And they've hidden the wrist pegs with those wrist wrap pieces, so unlike Bane, she's entirely seamless. This head sculpt is a masterpiece. I kind of want to leave it at that. I'm not going to, but I want to, because it speaks for itself. That is Daphne Keane as Laura X-23. They killed it with this head sculpt. Oh, it is that good. It is truly perfect. I don't think they can do any better than this. One day, would they give us an artisan Laura? Perhaps. It's possible. But then again, this shows the versatility of going with sculpted hair, because with artisan, you can style it, absolutely. But do you want to? Do you want to grab some hair strands and pull them off the main bulk of the hair to get this windswept look? I don't think so. Going with sculpted means that you can do switch out hair pieces. So I'm all on board with rooted hair artisan figures. But I'm starting to realize that sacrificing a dash of realism for something that's going to give us more versatility and posing options and still look this darn good potentially is the way to go for some releases, not all of them. I don't think Joker, for example, calls for a sculpted hair, windswept hair look. But Laura, Keanu Reeves as John Wick, go for it. At the end of this, let's fucking go. Any figure that they make from this movie, I am getting. Even Short King Wolverine, if they decide to make him. Now, if you're looking to pre-order your very own copy of Laura, I've popped a link to Pop Collectibles in the description. As always, do your own research, make sure you're comfortable before buying. Right below that, I've also included the discount code Justin's Collection for 5% off your order if you decide to buy from them. While you're down there, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video.